Thursday. We're here. A couple of days until Valentine's Day, until Mardi Gras, if you guys are going to fight off the rain out there. If you go to St. Louis and go celebrate with the folks over across the river there, you're almost there. It's a Thursday. Keep smiling. We got a good show for you. In theory, let me talk about this. So, before we do news, we have a couple of different shows on here, and, you know, this show's on, my show, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11. Brian comes in on Thursdays, and he tapes his show. Every once in a while, that causes some storage issues on devices. And, I recorded a conversation with Dr. Green a couple of days ago about heart health after 50. And Brian Truss came in to record last night. Well, the storage was full, and so today I needed to clean out storage. I can't find the video now, or the interview with Dr. Green. Mystery. We'll find out during the show where that one went. But I do have another great timeless piece with him that I want to make sure that we air today, regardless. So while I'm on the hunt for that, we can do that and make sure we talk to Dr. Green today. Top of the hour news now. Here's what you need to know. Here's what we're following on RiverBender.com today. Make sure you stay up to date by downloading the app today. A fully engulfed SUV fire on Clark Bridge drew a lot of attention in Alton earlier this week. Here's the story, the official write-up. We saw it on social media, on scanner pages, but everyone inside did get out safely, according to Alton Fire Department Captain Michael Shoemaker. He said that the crews arrived Monday night, February the 9th, and when they did, occupants were already out of that vehicle, and the SUV was fully involved in flames. Firefighters moved quickly to knock down the fire and prevent it from spreading. No injuries were reported. The Alton Police Department also responded to protect motorists and others on the bridge while that blaze was being handled. Earlier this week, Alton area military veterans gathered in Bethalto to raise awareness about veteran suicide, walking about 4 miles to honor those who served and to spotlight a daily death toll that they want to reduce. Dustin Dixon of the Lakeside Warriors of Missouri and Illinois, he's been on the show a few times, joined Brad in support of the Global War of Terrorism 100 alongside Nick of the American Flag, Mother Ruckers, and veterans Elliot and Jordan. Veteran Tim Brown followed with Betty One, a Humvee playing music, and participants cited an estimate of about 22 veteran suicides per day, and they called for action. Help is always available 24/7 for those in crisis by calling 988. You can press 1, and a full write-up on this really touching tribute available at RiverBender.com/news. Alton Mayor David Goins said the sinkhole at Gordon Moore Park soccer field is now completely drained and remains under an active evaluation as of February the 12th. SCI Engineering is continuing test and analysis while the city awaits a full report outlining repair options. Goins noted that a relatively mild winter since late 2025 has allowed crews to make steady progress, moving from drainage into detailed testing. Initial results indicate the ground appears stabilized with no movement detected so far. The sinkhole, as we know, almost 2 years ago started June the 26th. No injuries, of course, were reported. Also in the news today, always great to highlight one of Alton's own, and the Harlem Globetrotters are gearing up for their 100th season, and they've added some athletes, including Tyron Timble. An Alton standout, he joins the squad. The group will join returning players. He joins 6 men and 4 women to the 2026 rookie class as they join the returning players on that 100-year tour. Training camp at Lake Point Sports in Cartersville, Georgia, and a tip-off event set for December the 14th at Madison Square Garden. Timble, a 5'7" guard, averaged 8 points, 5 assists in 2 seasons at Dillard University after Parkland College. You can see a full write-up at RiverBender.com/news. Congratulations on the next chapter in your career. Also in local sports today, several standout athletes and media members are set to be inducted into the Illinois Sports Hall of Fame. The induction ceremony set for July the 25th in downtown Springfield. The third induction class will be honored from 5 to 9 p.m. at the President Abraham Lincoln Doubletree Hotel, with doors opening at 4. Among those slated for enshrinement are former Harlem Globetrotters player and co-owner Manny Jackson, former St. Louis Cardinals closer Jason Isringhausen, and Conzo Martin. Members from the media include Steve Porter, Paul Balgeron, and the late Rick Hummel. Details are available at ilshof.net, and that's a look at what's happening around the Riverbend today. Let's take a look at weather. 40 degrees in downtown Alton. It feels like it's 44 out there, humidity at 70%, and today clouds breaking for some sun. However, the air quality, not the best today. Right at 96, which is moderate. That's only going to elevate throughout the day. Take an allergy pill if you need to. Temperatures reach 53 degrees, drop down to 31 overnight as we head into Friday. On Friday, we head into the weekend with temperatures hitting 60 degrees and dropping down to 36 overnight as we head into Saturday. On Saturday, bad news. I know some of you thought the rain was going to maybe trickle out of the forecast or maybe get pushed back. We're going to get rain all day Saturday, an 80% chance of that. 47 degrees for the high on Mardi Gras Day and Mardi Gras Day and Valentine's Day, and a low of 37. Saturday morning, that's when the rain starts, and periods of rain in the afternoon continue, with that chance being right at 80%. And then rain showers continue into Saturday night with temperatures dropping down to 37 degrees. On Sunday, a high of 61, a low of 32, and then on Monday, a high of 63, a low of 40. Not trying to get your hopes up, but Wednesday it looks like we're going to see temperatures hit 72 degrees, and that's a look at your next 5 days. Here's what's happening now. 40 degrees in downtown Alton. It feels like 44 out there. For time and temperature throughout the day, 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back, Rehab, Recover, Return Home. Before I take a quick break, we get this Thursday show moving. Let me fill you in on a new sponsor of the show, new friend, Ben Julian and Precision Point Armory. This is where accuracy meets confidence, and also where safety comes first, and really learning the right way, the ins and outs of all the laws, and making sure we're carrying our firearms the right way to do it. Whether or not it's a traditional concealed carry class, or if you're feeling kind of different this Valentine's Day, let me scroll on down to services here on their website. How about booking a class for, a couple's date on the range for Valentine's Day? Now, this could be alarming. If you made them mad the last couple of weeks, they're going to take it out on that target, and they're going to scare you. I don't know. Maybe that's what you want to do. Maybe it's not what you want to do. Or you want to become a foundation member. You need a home security assessment. Or you really need to get some specialty range training. Ben does it all. He's got 30 years of experience. What I love is the maintenance, the knowledge that he brings when it comes to firearms. He has a class on that too. And he'll even educate your whole family with that family firearm safety session. There's so many opportunities. Ben will be back on the show to fill us in on all of those and so much more. But you can get a jump start on it, learn about when you can find an upcoming opportunity. Book now at precisionpointarmory.net, and don't forget to tell them you know who sent you over their way. A quick break, daily show on a Thursday happens next.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit altonelite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
Welcome back, Daily Show. 9:17, little bit of change. I wanted to start early. Dr. Great, how are you doing today, sir?
Doing great today.
Well, I really appreciate you coming on the show, and I'm really excited to have Associate Physicians Group, right here along the next couple of months, and just talking with you and some of your experts there that really can help us help ourselves,
Absolutely. Happy to be here.
Dr. Green, for all the folks that maybe haven't gotten a chance to meet you yet, it's interesting. Before we even do all that, let's break the fourth wall. My fiance and I were talking before I left today, and she knew I wasn't feeling too good, and she goes, "Who are your guests?" And I said, "Well, Dr. Green's coming on." And she goes, "That's my dad's doctor. That's my doctor. That's your doctor. Whose doctor isn't he anymore?"
Yeah.
Well, give us your background, if you could, Dr. Green, and just your time in healthcare and in medicine, and right here in the 618.
Well, I've been in Alton since I was 3 years old when my parents came back from a round in the Navy out in California, where I was born. And so went to local schools, went to Marquette Catholic High School, spent some time at Alton High for some advanced chemistry classes, which were offered and sponsored by Olin back in the day.
Wow.
U of I undergrad, U of I medical school in Chicago, internal medicine training in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and then moved back here home. And I've been here practicing medicine ever since the early 1980s.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
And take me through your office a little bit. You guys are located in a great spot. It's in Northport, correct? Is that the official street you're on?
It's, gee whiz, 4414. It's West Center Drive.
West Center, okay.
It's over by, some people would know, Nautilus, the workout facility. Cope Plastics is in the neighborhood.
Roberts Motors.
AutoZone, Roberts Ford, Taco Bell, all that stuff. We're right in the middle of all that. One of the things that people like is we're right in the middle of the community.
Yep.
We're right on the parking lot. We're accessible. There's no long walk. There's no stairs. It's quick in and out. We do lab, x-ray, physical therapy, a variety of services right there, and very convenient.
Well, and I think that's really the biggest takeaway from so many folks is that your office is so efficient to be able to have all those different spokes of the wheel, because I'm sure that's not easy to organize and to make sure that everything's going at the pace it should be too.
Right. It makes a difference.
Yeah.
It saves time. It's convenient, particularly for our patients who might have disabilities, accessible. There's a convenience piece to that.
Well, and one thing I was looking at not the other day, I need to get my yearly now that I think about this, Dr. Green. I need to schedule my yearly. One thing I saw that I thought was so interesting was this enhanced wellness program that your office is offering now. Take me through this a little bit just to inform the public a little bit more about it. Let's dive into it.
Well, the practice of medicine has evolved quite a bit, and I'll get into that in a minute. But we've toyed with this idea on and off for a couple of years. And then finally, early summer 2024, we kicked off what is typically called a concierge program. We titled ours Enhanced Wellness. And there's a variety of things. It's a subscription model. It's a membership model. Before coming in today, I kind of looked around the country, and it's really, I think it's the future of good advanced primary care medicine. My sister tells me, who lives in the Chicagoland area, Kathy, she says that just about everybody up there has to enroll in some fashion like this. So, and there's one other physician in Madison County doing it by instead of along with myself. But we just provide a variety of things that are attractive to people who are really interested in. Partly there's convenience items, and then there are enhanced care items that in the traditional 15-minute visit, you just really can't get into that.
Well, and another thing I think is so cool is just, reading a little bit more and talking to the staff a little bit and hearing from you is that it seems like, so many times we go in and it's because we're reacting to something that's going on, with our bodies. It's not a preventative, thing, or it's not a let's just get these things taken care of because it's time to get them taken care of. It's normally because we pushed it off too far. What's this model do to help us with that and to really kind of get ahead of just doing what CJ does and pushing off the yearly and waiting for things to back up?
Well, that's a great question. And if you want to focus on the urgent problem that you're faced with, say, when you woke up today or as the day went on, I got to see the doctor tomorrow. One of the advantages of our enhanced wellness program is access. And access comes in a variety of ways. The first access is that telecommunications, okay? So I carry a dedicated phone right here for our enhanced wellness patients. This is my personal phone. This is a special phone, and I've got it with me all the time wherever I am. And the patients can text, voicemail, or call on that 24/7. We have a dedicated member in the office who also has a telephone during normal business hours, so you can call in directly and talk to somebody immediately who will take care of the problem, whether it's a refill, whether you need to be seen today, tomorrow. And so the patients in this program are part of the program is same day or next day appointments.
Yeah.
And where that comes into play is we have really short-circuited for this population the need to use urgent care facilities, and in many cases, the need to go to the emergency room because we can get on it right away. And I think there's time savings for the executive. We all consider our time valuable no matter what you are. Maybe there's time savings for the college students. And then there's also just not waiting in line at urgent care, not waiting in line at the emergency room. And frankly, the emergency room definitely has a place in healthcare.
Yeah.
But when you step across the threshold, you are going to be getting expensive care.
Right.
And maybe this just needs a phone call, and maybe it just needs an office visit. And then the other side of this, people call me and want to come to the office, and sometimes I have to tell them, you know what, this is serious. You need to go to the emergency room because you need X, Y, or Z.
Right.
So, but we can do that. And then I will call the emergency room in advance. Tell me where you're going to go. You're going to go to Alton Memorial. You're going to go SF St. Anthony's. You're going to go to Oliver Anderson over in Maryville. I will call them in advance, talk to the nurse supervisor, tell them, Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so is coming over. They've got X, Y, and Z. I think they need to have this done. If you could expedite their services there, we would appreciate it. And I've had patients come back and tell me that when I got there, they knew all about me. They took me right back. They hooked me up to the EKG, whatever it is. So,
that's incredible.
So, but this takes time. And the way we run the program allows me to dedicate the time for those kinds of services.
Well, to me, it's just so important to have this on so many fronts. The first one is the doctor-patient relationship, I think. So many times, and this isn't me personally, but there's, older relatives of mine that, don't see you, but go to see their other, healthcare providers. And, they maybe don't ask a question because maybe they just don't have that good of a relationship. They listen and they nod, yes, okay, thank you. They get in the car and they go, well, I didn't get anything answered. I don't know why I even keep going here. Well, it's because you didn't talk and you don't have that open communication. So when you see him once a year, you see him or her once every 3 months, I can see this being a lot easier to really get to know each other, get to know your patients, really see their patterns. And
so the way we address that issue of learning, patient education, and communication is when you're in the Enhanced Wellness Program, your visits are twice as long. The shortest visit is 30 minutes.
No kidding.
Your annual wellness is guaranteed at least an hour. Okay.
Wow.
So we get to do that. And then I can invite patients to ask me the questions they want to. And I can spend more time explaining sometimes the concept of how are we going to manage your health? How are we going to do cancer prevention? Why am I recommending this new medication? And sometimes I might sit down and go over an article in the literature to show or a guideline. And I'm convinced that patient education and answering those questions leads to better compliance. People are more likely to take their medication when they understand why. They're more likely to make lifestyle modifications when they understand how and why we recommend that. And I may not have mentioned this, but these people only see me.
Really?
So I get to know them better too. I see them for every visit, their wellness exams, their follow-up exams, their virtual telemedicine visits. And that way I learn more about them. And just like anything else that you do, you get better at it the more time you spend with it.
100%. I totally agree. And another thing I think this helps too is the medical anxiety. If you have something going on and maybe you got to wait to call the main line, tomorrow or you name it, all the traditional things. This really could help, I think, ease some of those burdens with some of the anxiety.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, because part, I think, of this enhanced wellness program is, one, is rapid access when something's bothering you. Two is spending the time, because lots of times people just want to know what's going on. They have the anxieties. Why is this happening to me? What is happening to me? And we can spend enough time, sometimes even if it's bad news, understanding that still helps the patient to relax and calm down. And it's huge to have those questions answered than to lay there in bed in the middle of the night worrying about it.
Absolutely. Really the program to me is one of those things where it's invaluable, because you never know when, especially if you do start having some different things going on where maybe it's I'm starting to not sleep well and I'm starting to get these pains, or X, Y, and Z grab the symptom. To me, it's having that for when the going gets tough, but also even before that with the hour-long annuals and everything else that comes with it, the access. It truly does. There's no value here that, to me, would not be really worth it, especially when it comes to our healthcare, because it's the most important thing we can do for ourselves.
And when you said, worth it, different people at different stages of their lives have different needs.
True.
Okay. For instance, I have a handful of people who have enrolled who are high-level executives, busy, traveling the world, literally. And when they get sick, they can't stop. They have to have, boom. And I've been called from overseas. I've been called from Florida, and try to guide people through what can we do on the phone? Who do you need to see? Where do you need to go? But they need that right away. And then the other thing is, when they are in town, they want to get in and get out. They're busy. They can't afford to take off a half a day. And the other thing about the time is get in and out. If you're a mother with children, if you're a son taking care of your demented father, you don't have the time to take a whole 4 hours off and call good absolute health care and get a sitter over for, I don't know. Somebody told me the other day that a sitter now for an adult is approaching $100 an hour.
Or call your relatives, you name it. It takes a long time.
So that convenience, I think, hides some of the benefits in terms of cost savings, proper disposition of your problem, time with me, rather than time in the parking lot in the elevator and crossing the big campus and all that other kind of stuff.
I like that. You got a moment to take a quick break with me?
I do.
9:30, I got to pay a quick bill. We'll come back and talk more with Dr. Green. Right after this, we'll learn more about enhanced wellness care and more about APG. You stay there, and we'll be here, RiverBender.com, Roku TV.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Discover Del Mar Public House.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com. The time is 9:33 on this 14th day of November. Dr. Chris Green back in the studio. And really enjoying this conversation. And it's cool to see how this is a program that's already been out there, you know, in other bigger cities. Like you said, you talked to your sister in Chicago, and this is pretty standard. But it's great to see this being offered really down here where we're considered still rural, correct, when it comes to medicine or healthcare?
Suburban, rural, borderline.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously have patients from Calhoun County, Jersey County, and then, of course, Madison and Macoupin, right? And so we have a lot of patients come down from the north. So there's a rural, you know, but honestly, good people. This area is wonderful.
I was going to ask you too, you know, we were talking ER visits and everything else, or, you know, getting away from that or going to an urgent care. To me, I can see, and you know this better than I do, this really helping alleviate some of those wait times when it comes to some of those offices, because if I know it's not anything really major, or if it is something that's been lingering for a few days, I'm a part of the enhanced wellness program, I'll just communicate with you instead of taking the chance and waiting in an urgent care for, you know, whether it's 10 minutes or 10 hours, who knows, but for the emergency room specifically, where there's a lot of people that really could be seen and need to be seen ahead of you, and sometimes that slows the process down if it's just for something minor, you know?
If you show up on your own, sometimes you're waiting a long time. And like even big barns, you know, sometimes they have waits more than 24 hours.
Yes.
And I even called them before when I've sent a patient down there and said, this is what they got.
Wow.
Do you need any information? And I'll tell the nurse, just show this CAT scan to the doctor. And And the patients have fed back that they've been pulled right back into the back as soon as they've seen the information, right?
I think it's a great program. And it's such a well-rounded one, too, because like you said, from executives that have no time or you name it, or the busy moms and dads of the world that are maybe working 2 jobs and managing the household, and really just for everybody that wants to have just the most out of their healthcare experience. You're really going to get the full conference out of this one,
Right. Well, we're talking about the access, which is good.
Yeah.
But the other thing that this gives me an opportunity, and we talked about patient education, but the other thing that this has allowed me to do is to have the time to explore things that I want to call pioneer medicine. So there's advanced cancer testing, like the Gallery program, which is a blood test for which will catch just about any cancer. It's not covered by insurance, but we have time to discuss that, and the patient can decide whether it's worth their personal dollars to get into that. It's intended for patients over the age of 50. I have time to sit down and discuss the current U.S. Public Health Task Service on proper exercise. We can talk about how many minutes a week, how to divide those minutes, how to schedule those minutes, how to divide it between aerobic and resistance exercise, cover a little bit about the meaning of that for their particular issues. And sometimes we will, another piece of our enhanced wellness, if I think it's appropriate, they get a complimentary fitness visit with our physical therapist.
Really?
They can find their strengths and weaknesses, which sometimes for some of our senior patients, if they've got a bad joint or something, or a bad back, they may have to modify their exercise in a way that allows them to get the benefit without the harm. And so we throw that in there. For younger patients who may be more interested in different levels of fitness, and frankly, a lot of them neglect themselves, and it gives me a chance to maybe catalyze a change.
Yeah.
Then with them, we offer them, again, as part of this program, they can do a body composition on our DEXA machine, which is the most accurate way to see what your body fat is. And then we can use that as a launching point to say, you're not as fit as you think you were. Here's the picture, here's the numbers. And when people see numbers and things like that, then that next thing you know, we're going to say, let's do this and let's do another one in a year and see what you've done. How much muscle have you built? How much fat have you taken off? What's happened with your blood pressure, your LDL cholesterol? And we can dovetail that. But these approaches take more time. I like it. I'm happy to do it, but that's part of the membership and the subscription to get into those kinds of depths.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, does like testosterone levels and all that go into that program too, or is that
for the right patient? It does. We do have a parallel program called Biote, B-I-O-T-E. Michael Babinski, one of our nurse practitioners, he went off to school to become the hands-on person for this program, which involves hormone replacement for men and women. But this is done medically. We're not doing gymnasium stuff doses. We are just trying to replace absent testosterone or estrogen in patients who have shortages. And frankly, the group that needs this the most are postmenopausal women. And the benefits that I'm seeing from that far exceeded my initial expectation.
Really?
And we don't have anybody in here to tell you, but if they see me in the hall, they tackle me and tell me how good they feel. It's absolutely off the wall.
Well, and see, I just wanted to bring that up because so many times we see those Google ads and, anything you want to, call it now, but the internet ads on, weight loss stuff or low testosterone or estrogen issues and all these things that are very, very important. But it's, making sure you go to the right provider and making sure you're not going to that gymnasium style of medicine really that could harm you, and I think it's so important.
And it can. And so typically when we do hormone replacement, it's a medical protocol. It's not a gymnasium protocol.
Right.
So we stay out of the danger zone. We get people back to where they naturally should be, and we use blood testing to monitor that. But if somebody doesn't need it, we don't give it to them. Right. You know, we will address their problems, sexual dysfunction or whatever it might be, but we just won't throw hormones at them. This has to be based on certain levels. And you mentioned obesity, and obviously with these new drugs, we see phenomenal weight loss, major health benefits. There's definitely a place for those. We do wield those tools in our office. But one of the things that come with that some of the clinics don't pay attention to is people lose muscle and people develop osteoporosis when they have massive weight loss on these drugs. And it's critical for them to have the proper nutritional and exercise program with this. And I've had some patients who buy their stuff on the internet or whatever. They're not getting any counseling. They're not getting any guidance. And I'm thinking, you know, you're going to be lighter, but you're going to enter your midlife with weak bones and low muscle, and you're going to have other medical problems, injuries, accidents, pain, whatever might be associated. So we try to gather the whole patient in. I think these weight loss products are phenomenal, but they have to be coupled with a whole health program.
Well, and to me, I think if you polled 10 people, at least 9, hopefully at least 9, would say I'd rather use this through my medical professional if I had the option to do so, you know, and really had that, you know, hour conversation or ongoing discussions. Well, the bottom line, Dr. Green, is this is an investment that we're making on ourselves. It's not going to, you know, this isn't a 2-month thing. You know, this isn't you know, let's just try the Netflix for a month and see how it goes. This is really for people, and my just hearing you talking is really for people that really care and are really trying to invest in their long-term health, and it's really important to do so. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, absolutely. I think to learn the right way to do it is important. Just to go off on physical therapy here for a minute, we have a great physical therapy team. I had a serious injury to my left shoulder 4 years ago with a fracture dislocation and required surgery. I learned more about physical therapy being a patient than I knew about it as a physician. And I also learned that you can't watch a YouTube video or Google and learn how to take care of your body. It's just impossible. A doctor of physical therapy goes to school for, I think now it's a 6-year program, maybe it's longer. It's considered a doctorate nowadays. And you can't do that in 5 minutes watching a video. And to reproduce some of the things that they could do to help me, and I'm at 100% now, I give them full credit for that.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So bringing them in the room to be part of this advanced health wellness program and allowing them to coach our patients when they need it about how to exercise, how to avoid injury, and to move that fat into muscle. You're taking care of your cardiac issues, your blood pressure, your diabetes, your cholesterol levels, and you should, you know, progress through life healthier and using less resources.
And happier.
Feeling better, happier. And we have a lot of patients now entering their 80s and even their early 90s who are going full blast.
I love it. I think it's incredible. Well, you know, another thing I wanted to touch on just really briefly for the folks that are watching this, are you accepting new patients into the wellness program right now? I know when you started, it was full.
I'm accepting new patients into the wellness program right now. There is I think industry-wide, there's a recommended limit on how many people that you should have in that kind of a practice, simply because you're giving each patient more time.
Right.
And that's somewhere between a head count of 400 and 600.
Wow.
Okay. So a standard practice usually is somewhere between 1,800 and 2,600, to give you an idea.
Wow.
But you're taking that time and you're giving more time to a smaller number of patients.
Sense. Yeah.
Right. We still have a full team of internal medicine providers, primary care providers at our locations in Alton, Edwardsville, and O'Fallon. And they're also taking new patients, but I've moved over more to concentrating on the enhanced wellness portion of that. And then I'm the medical director, and I keep hands-on with the rest of the team.
It's incredible. I'm glad to know how the breakdown works too. And one final thought. What's the best way for somebody just to call if they have any questions? Is it just your office line to say, here's where I'm going through. I'm at this stage in life. I'm 55. I'm really thinking about this enhanced wellness program. Is a phone number the best way, or is email better for communication on questions? There
is a phone number, and right off the top of my head, I don't know if they gave that to you or not, but it's the 1-888 number on our website. Okay. And Jessica Trammell, or 1-888-363-8333. That's the number.
Absolutely, and that's the number to call for any questions.
That's the number to call for any questions. You'll get a live person, and they can tell you about membership, depending on your situation and how you want to pay. There's a variety of different payment mechanisms available for that.
There are, and you can see more at associatedphysicians.com/enhanced-care. There's 3 different breakdowns. I love this. The yearly option, the 3-month option, the quarterly, and then you have the every month option. And there's a lot of good FAQ information on this website, maybe just to help get you started in case you already had some questions from today's conversation.
Right.
Dr. Green, anything else to talk about for right now?
Well, I could talk about anything you want me to, but I think we've covered the nut of this thing, and really excited about it. Personally, I'm getting a lot of professional reward for myself over some of the great success stories that we've had with a handful of patients.
Can you share? I know you can't name names or anything, but have you been able to really see this?
One is calling the emergency room in advance and having the patient let me know that paid off. That's big. Another one is we try to expedite referrals. Things changed during COVID. The way physicians communicate, I think, broke down. I think the time it takes to get in to a specialist or have something done, even like a screening colonoscopy, has gone from weeks to months. And it's very difficult to do that. So again, in this program, I pick up the phone when I have to, and I have let's say a small group of specialists I've worked with over the years that know me personally. These are the people that I've chosen to be the best for my patients. They're the people that I would go to myself. And this week, I've made just roughly, I know I've made 2 texts with referrals, and they would call. I give them the patient's name, birth date, phone number, and diagnosis, and boom, they call me back to get them in right away.
Wow.
Okay. Or sometimes
that's worth it alone.
And then there was another patient who had a concern about one of his imaging studies, and he was going to see the specialist about the abnormalities and really wanted me to call the specialist. So Wednesday evening after hours, I knew the guy. I called him up. We had a nice talk about that along with some socialization. But at the end of it, he said, "I'll take good care of so-and-so." And these are things I think that really add a hidden benefit to the patient in terms of speed of care, quality of care, and getting the specialist up to date personally about exactly why you're coming into the office, rather than who are you, why are you here?
Right.
Okay.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, and one final just thought is it probably gives you, just hearing it gives you the opportunity to really explore your passion and really, and really get to have some, I hate to say the word fun, but really just explore, what you're good at, and really live it with your patients and really be there for them.
It is fun.
Yeah.
And I really do like what I do. I consider myself a student for life. I'm always reading. I like medical trivia. I like like to feel that, I'm doing a good job for my patients by pursuing these things. So that's quite rewarding. But oftentimes in these conversations with the specialist, we have a back and forth about what's the latest. Tell me what you're doing about these things nowadays. And they can raise my level by these conversations as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Dr. Green, thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely.
We'll take a quick break, and we'll link everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com. 9:50 is the time on this.
Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit AltonElite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu. When you need a project done right, on budget, and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Daily Show. Welcome back. Hey, just one thing to fill you in on briefly here before we head to the top of the hour, and I'll just roll over and head right into news. Some exciting news out of Blackburn and Lewis and Clark. They've signed the first in a series of articulation agreements expanding access to affordable, high-quality bachelor degrees through clear transfer pathways. The agreement signed during a ceremony on Thursday, February the 5th. Now, under the agreement, students began their studies at Lewis and Clark and then transitioned to Blackburn with junior standing, following clearly defined degree plans that support on-time graduation and help prevent credit loss. Blackburn advisors will regularly meet with Lewis and Clark students to provide early academic guidance, clarify transfer expectations, and ensure a successful transition to a four-year institution. Now, this partnership is designed to give Lewis and Clark students a clear, affordable path to completing their bachelor degrees close to home. Blackburn's distinctive model and outcomes is one of only 10 federally recognized work colleges. Blackburn is in the nation and is one of the only one with a student-managed work program. That's that distinctive model. Through its work program, students work 10 hours per week in professional campus roles, and they gain real-world leadership and transferable skills in communication, teamwork, and accountability while earning $8,000 each year to reduce educational costs. You can see a full write-up on this at RiverBender.com. That was through a press release that was submitted by Lewis and Clark, but definitely one that you want to check out and get the latest on. Also, let's take you right to your news brief. Here's what you need to know. Make sure you download the RiverBender.com app today. Here's what we're following. 2 Granite City men remain in custody after prosecutors filed felony charges that was tied to a high-speed chase and a stolen rifle. Brandon Rokosniski, 33, and Christopher Markham, 49, were charged February the 5th with unlawful possession of a stolen firearm and felon in possession of a weapon. Rogosniski also faces aggravated fleeing. Court petitions allege that on February the 3rd, he sped up to 100 miles an hour on Route 3 while a deputy attempted a traffic stop. During the pursuit, an AR-15 style rifle was reportedly thrown from the passenger window before the truck crashed near Granite City Steel. You can see a full write-up there on the homepage now currently at riverbender.com/news. We'll keep you updated every step of the way. A fully engulfed SUV fire on the Clark Bridge drew considerable attention in Alton earlier this week. Everyone got out safely, according to the Alton Fire Department. Captain Michael Shoemaker said that when crews arrived Monday night, February the 9th, the occupants were already out of that vehicle and the SUV was fully involved in flames. Firefighters moved quickly to knock down the fire and prevent it from spreading. No injuries were reported, thankfully. The Alton Police Department also responded to help motorists at the time and others on the bridge while the blaze was being handled. Also in Alton, Mayor David Goen said the sinkhole at Gordonmore Park soccer field is now completely drained and remains under active investigation. SCI Engineering continuing its testing and analysis while the city awaits a full report outlining repair options. Goens noted the relatively mild winter has allowed crews to make steady progress, moving from drainage into detailed testing. Initial results indicate the ground appears stabilized with no movement detected so far. The sinkhole first opened June the 26th, 2024. Also in the news today, as of February the 12th, an Edwardsville High School senior Zara has earned national recognition for her artwork after her self-portrait. Her and her shadow received a prestigious Scholastic Gold Key. Zara has spent years building a portfolio while applying to fine arts college programs, expanding from painting into other mediums like sculpture. Her sculpture, Ignacio, earned a silver key last year, working with EHS art teachers and private tutor Susan Rupp. Sarah has refined her skills and grown as an independent artist. She plans to major in fine art and creative writing and has interest in creative writing and environmental science. A really cool write-up from Sydney Sinks. That's available at RiverBender.com/news. Finally, in the news today, Marcy Geldert Murphy is campaigning for the Democratic nomination for Illinois State Senate in the 56th District ahead of the March 17th primary. She spoke with us on our daily show, just like Kevin Hall did a few days ago. She outlined her platform and her background, citing her personal experiences, and she also spoke out on the Alton Steel closure and said she quickly reached out to local leaders, emphasizing collaboration and long-term planning. You can see a full write-up on her platform and vision at riverbender.com/news. In local sports, earlier this week, East Alton Wood River earned a convincing 62-48 win over Mount Olive behind a season-best 31 points from Jordan Spiller. Isaiah Brown added 11 points for the Oilers, with Tamari and Marshall scoring 8. Isaiah Smith finished with 4. Mount Olive was paced by Tanner Miklovich and Gavin Kennebeck with 12 points apiece, and David Schoen chipped in 7. East Alton Wood River led 25-22 at halftime, and then they pulled away to take a 44-35 advantage after 3 quarters and held strong in the fourth. The victory moved East Alton Wood River to 5-21, while Mount Olive dropped to 7-19. East Alton Wood River visits Salem on Friday. Valentine's Day is coming up, and More and more locals are sharing their love story, and this one right here with the City of Alton connection. Aaron Wilson shared a personal love story with the community about his wife, Lauren, who's the Alton City Clerk. He says their marriage began on June 6, 2015 in Alton and is sustained by teamwork, commitment to covering each other's blind spots. In his message to Lauren, Aaron highlights her deep care for the community, her dedication to doing things the right way, and her integrity at work and at home. He closes with a simple message of appreciation and love, and that's where we call on you, the rest of the community members, to submit your love stories about your significant other at RiverBender.com/love. And let's take a look at weather here at 10:02. That's what's happening around the Riverbend this Thursday morning. 43 degrees in downtown Alton. It feels like 48 out there. Today, clouds, but then it'll break for some sun today into the afternoon, and then tonight, just cloudy. And nothing really major to report. Air quality right now isn't too good. It's at 96, which is moderate. Take a Claritin if you need to. Temperatures today reach 53 degrees and drop down to 30 overnight as we head into Friday. On Friday, a high of 60, a low of 33. And on Saturday, when you guys are out celebrating, whether it's Valentine's Day, Mardi Gras, Mardi Gras, you name it, you're going to get rained on. Rain throughout the day, an 80% chance, and a high of 47. A low of 37 degrees. On Sunday, we start our week with a high of 61, a low of 32, and then on Monday, temperatures reach 64 and drop down to 40 overnight as we head into Tuesday, and that's a look at your next 5 days. Here's what's happening now. 43 degrees in downtown Alton at 10:03 for time and temperature throughout the day, 618-465-4545, this time powered by Tom Lane. He's your local State Farm agent, and hey, while I have you, before we take a quick one and come back and chat it up and talk about your daily dose of everything local, you know, I love what Tom's doing over there at Precision TMS and really just educating people and individuals about a new way to really tackle your mental health issues if you're having some. And if you're in crisis, 988, please. But, you know, when it comes to depression and OCD, some of these things that maybe, you've been battling for years, you've tried the prescription medication route, but nothing's really been working. It makes you feel like a different person. I highly advise you to give TMS at least some research and give Tom a call. Here's why. It's not shock therapy. It's using magnetic stimulation. You can drive yourself to your appointment. It's 15 minutes. You drive yourself back. We've had Tom on with a few patients already. Can't wait to have him back on the show. And just to hear their testimonials about, just how life changed. And, it's not saying that it's all doom and gloom, but when you get to that point where whatever happens type of thing, that's when you really, something needs to change. You really need to get fulfillment out of your life, and seeing Precision TMS really helping people achieve that is just remarkable. It's FDA approved, backed by major insurance providers. Oh, if you're a nurse, teacher, first responder, or if you are a veteran, they're going to take care of you with their Heroes program. There's a lot that you can learn at PrecisionTMS.com. That's Precision TMS, and don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way. A quick break. We'll come back, chat it up on a Thursday. You stay there, and I'll be here, RiverBender.com, Roku TV.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit altonelite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
Tintin, welcome back. Daily Show. So, I gotta fill you in on this story. It's not funny. Just an interesting one. So, you never know what will happen, right? You lose something. It comes back a couple of days later. Hell, one time I left my phone on my dad's car for a week and a half. True. Put it in rice and it still worked. Same phone Brandon Phillips signed. So, it never stayed. I never knew how to actually keep it on. I tried tape. That didn't work. You know, a prosthetic leg was lost by a swimmer in England. And listen to this. Found it when it washed up 10 months later. And it was on a beach 14 and a half miles away. I got to tell you this story. Brenda Ogden, 69, said her custom-made titanium leg cost her more than $2,700. It was carried out to sea when she was knocked over by a wave on Brindleton Beach in April. I really couldn't believe I lost it. One minute we were standing up smiling. The next minute it was disappearing off, Ogden told the BBC. Ogden's swimming group tried to find the limb, but it was swept away by the tide. The leg's fate, unknown, until Elizabeth Forbes spotted it among the rocks while hunting for fossils, of all things, on the shore of Atwick, which is about 14 and a half miles from where it was lost by Ogden. She didn't take the limb, respectfully, but posted photos to social media. She told Forbes Forbes told The Independent, you can't have a last name Forbes and expect me not to cite you. I took a photo of it because it was the most bizarre thing I've ever found and shared it on social media. A couple of people then got in touch saying they knew whose leg it was. Wow, small world. The leg retrieved from the spot where Forbes spotted it and is now on its way back to Ogden. It's come a long way, Ogden said. Here's the best part. She told the BBC it still managed to have its sock on the foot, which is quite funny to me. So there you go. All's well that ends well. What about this? I saw this interesting story. I wanted to fill you in on it. So the Mississippi River, we've seen those pictures, when Hainer puts them out or Lacey comes on and talks about it, where that sucker's iced over and people are walking on it. Well, in Estonia, temperatures in northern Europe have been so low that the citizens can now drive across the thing for 20 kilometers. For you and me, who has no idea the length of a kilometer, that's about 12 and a half miles. It stretches across the frozen sea, linking countries to two main islands, the so-called ice road connecting the islands of Saaremaa and Hiiumaa, located in western Estonia between the Baltic and the Gulf of Riga, was officially opened on Sunday with a line of cars waiting to use it. See, I don't know. I saw the story and I get it. But is it a follow the crowd type of situation? I'm not saying they haven't been through this before, and I'm sure we'll talk about the protocols to ensure it's safe or whatever, if there is any. I'm not taking the chance. I'm not. Why would you? You're talking, I haven't won a scratch-off ticket since they created them. I could trip on a shadow right now. There ain't no chance in hell I'm getting on a frozen ocean. But these people did. Authorities decided to open the ice road after locals decided to spontaneously begin driving across it anyway, exposing themselves to the risks. So, hey, they said, if you're already doing it, we can't stop you. Let's go ahead and celebrate it. So ferries even struggled to keep up with regular service in the frozen sea, following weeks of temperatures reaching just 14 degrees Fahrenheit, negative 10 Celsius. People living in the smaller island of Hiiumaa, with a population of 9,000, traveled to Saaremaa, which is a population of 31,000. So that's like trying to kind of traveling around the Metro East. They should do it for shopping, a cup of coffee, or even to, drop the kids off to school. Quite interesting. Getting to the larger island also ensures connection to the mainland, which is Estonia. So, while opening the ice road did come out of necessity, the mayor of the island says it also is a part of their culture. The road's essentially a marked corridor on the frozen sea where specialists have determined the ice is thick enough to sustain the weight of driving cars. Great. How many times does science tell us something or math, and then all of a sudden they go, well, we didn't take that into the equation. I'm not going to be the one that finds out. Yet preparing the road is not easy. This is Marek Kopel, road maintenance supervisor, Verst Esti, the Estonia construction company, in charge of building and managing the ice road. Oh, would you like to have that bit of liability on your shoulders? No, thank you. Workers have to measure the thickness every 100 meters. Let's do some calculations. That's 328 feet. To determine with the areas with more than 9.5 inches of ice. That's the minimum required for safety. That doesn't seem thick enough. I thought we were going to be talking feet here. This is starting to sound less safe. They also smooth over ridged ice and cracks. Now, weather condition and solidity of ice are monitored around the clock. And the route is amended accordingly. I'm going to stick with it. A vehicle cannot be heavier than 2.5 tons, and it has to drive below 12 miles an hour, or between 25 and 43 miles an hour, anything in between, can create vibrations that damage the ice. Oh my God. Now, you can't tell me everyone's following these rules. Cars are not allowed to stop. They need to maintain a safe distance from one another, though. Oh my goodness. We get a dusting of sleet, and we go crazy here. There's no way we'd make it if we did the ice road. Passengers cannot wear seatbelts, and doors must be easy to open. Wow. And that's to allow for fast exit in case, something happens. So, an ice road was last used to connect the islands some 8 years ago, but since then, it's been too warm. So, this is an opportunity of a lifetime for these people. I saw this story. I wanted to share it with you because there's no way. And I get it. It's part of the culture over there in Estonia. Makes sense. I mean, they obviously would probably know how to drive. Obviously, probably is kind of, doesn't make sense. They should probably know how to drive in weather conditions. Probably. I don't think it would happen here. I mean, when rain occurs, people lose their minds. When it snows, get out of the way. Just stay home. We don't know how to drive in snow. I say we collectively. There are a few of us, but there's also a majority of us that have no clue. There is no way we would manage the ice road. No way. You can see a full story through our partnership with the Associated Press. We'll come back and chat up more next.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit altonelite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
622. Welcome back. A couple of things to fill you in on. A couple of them from OSF, and some really important ones, too. So I really do appreciate our partnership with OSF, and really like the work that they're doing and the innovation they're bringing into the region, really making it a point, not having to drive right across the river no more, and, really just giving us insights like this. So, whenever Paul Engelman's wife left the house to join friends at their monthly book club gathering, the Rockford resident found himself looking for something to do. All their children are grown and out of the house. He could watch a game on television or knock out some items from his honey-do list, but what he was really looking for was a social outlet of his own. Over the years, Engelman had plenty of guy friends, guys he grew up with, attended school with, or served in the military with, but now, in his 60s, he has few friends he would consider close-knit. For the past 4 years, members of the No Book Club, they meet on a regular basis. And Engelman said, there wasn't anybody I thought of if I needed to call somebody for some help. He also works as a defense contractor. If I'm in a pinch, who would I call around here? The list was so short, so the No Book Club, it was born. For the past 4 years, members of that group meet on a regular basis, much like their wives do with their traditional book club. Anywhere from 5 to 10 guys, they get together to simply hang out. It might be at Engelman's house to watch a football game or to visit a neighborhood establishment for trivia night, always respectable options. Some of the members have joined an indoor golf league. The only thing the group doesn't do, read books. I like the idea of this. I put out the call to put together the No Book Club, and the response, energetic, Engelman says. There are guys who are in our age group, are late in their work life or retired, have children out of the house, or have a gap when it comes to male friends. Engelman isn't alone in that sense. Now, according to a survey by the Survey Center on American Life, listen to this. Fewer than half of the men responding are happy with their friendships. Only 1 in 5 say they had received any support from a friend in the last week, compared to 4 in 10 women. In 2021, 15% of U.S. men admitted to having no close friends. It's really sad. Which was 5 times more than in 1990. And men with 6 or more good friends dropped from 55% to 27% during the same time period. So, this story from OSF provides a lot of really just, the when to start. So, the forming a bond and how important it is. But, sometimes it's just where to start, like Engelman did with forming groups like the No Book Club. Some ideas like that. You can see a full write-up through the OSF newsroom, but really just a great piece from OSF Healthcare, and one that is always timely, especially that percentage point, 15%. Wow. So, OSF is always, like I said, adding to it. And another story that came out through their newsroom has an Alton tie-in, I believe. Now, at-home technology for diabetes, it continues to evolve, and it gives people more peace of mind that the disease is in check while they enjoy their day. But how do you know you have the right device for your health? That's always, to me, got to be a tough one, or even for your lifestyle. Jennifer Adcock, a certified diabetes care and education specialist at OSF Healthcare, has a roadmap. She says there are 2 main categories, the insulin pump and the continuous glucose monitors. Now, the insulin pump, these deliver insulin to your body to mimic the body's natural production. Adcock says it looks like a cell phone clipped to your midsection. But what about the CGMs? It's a patch on your arm with a filament under the skin. It reads your glucose every few minutes, and the results are transmitted via Bluetooth to a receiver or cell phone. This can let you know in real time if your blood sugar's too high, too low, and you can take quick action to avoid a serious health issue. It's a big improvement from the old way of pricking yourself throughout the day, Adcock says. The con, though, is that the device can be expensive if your insurance doesn't cover it. So regardless of what you choose, it's important to keep devices working properly. For example, your CGM stops working, unbeknownst to you, your blood sugar could spike or drop. That's a problem, and you could wind up in the hospital. So talk to your healthcare provider about a backup plan if your primary device starts to fail, or it does. You can see more information on this through OSF Healthcare, but again, just another great partnership through OSF and just some great resources too. Wanted to fill you in real quick about this Have a Heart food drive from Freer Auto Body for the Salvation Army. So real quick, just wanted to take you to this. You can help feed the community, and items can be dropped off at any participating business, like Arrow Signs and Outdoor Advertising on Albee, Alton Memorial Hospital, and their gift shop, the Carrollton Bank, Alton Branch, Evergreen Senior Living, Persnickety by Jen Farley, Freer Auto Body, Simmons Law Firm, and Nikki G's. Items that are needed for this, guys, include protein items such as beef, fish, chicken, or pork, potatoes, canned tuna, pasta items, and ramen noodles. Things with flip-top cans, food items kids like or can easily be prepared or welcome to. This is the Salvation Army Have a Heart Food Drive, February the 9th through the 20th. You can see more information by going to the Freer Auto Body Facebook page and learning more today. Real quick, wanted to fill you in out of Alton. So for everybody that has a small business or has an idea to start a small business, the Wedge Innovation Center has several exciting events planned for Entrepreneurship Week. This is really cool. The congressionally recognized week, it celebrates the work of entrepreneurs and aims to help business owners learn and connect with resources. At the Wedge, there will be featured speakers and events from February the 17th through February the 20th. 9 speaker events will include people who have, quote, done it themselves, and those who specialize in business, marketing, and economics. All of the events free to attend except for 2, which costs $10 to cover the refreshments of the event. Tickets are limited to 45 people per event, so community members, they're encouraged to register as soon as possible. On Tuesday, February the 17th, Entrepreneurship Week will kick off with From Mission to Meaning, an entrepreneur's journey at 1 p.m. The event features Brigadier General retired John Michael. He's been on the show before, great guy, founder of Social Kitchen, who will share information about his mission-driven venture and experience as an entrepreneur. And it continues all throughout Tuesday evening, where Stephanie Schrage from The Wedge highlights the Van Gogh entrepreneur, building a billion-dollar legacy from nothing. It's by Joan Fernandez. Fernandez wrote the recently published book, Saving Vincent, about Vincent Van Gogh's sister-in-law, Jo, who helped preserve and sell Vincent's paintings after his death. Fernandez will talk about what she's learned as she researched the book and her own experience in marketing. The event will cost $10 and will be held at 5 p.m. on February the 17th. The conversations continue on February the 18th with Are You Really On to Something? Dr. Hayek on using the business model canvas to prove it. This is from Dr. Mario Hayek, the Dean of SIUE's School of Business. They'll be sharing information about the business model canvas and his experience as a serial entrepreneur. At 3 p.m., the SIU System Office of Community Engagement will present community conversations on health, opportunity, and design. And then at 1 p.m. on Thursday, February the 19th, Schrage is excited to welcome Scott Rather, a career development consultant who will present From Profile to Pipeline, actionable LinkedIn strategies for entrepreneurs. This workshop will give entrepreneurs actions and steps to maximize their LinkedIn profiles and marketing. Then, following that at 3 p.m. on the 19th of February, this is an interesting one. Lieutenant Colonel Jeremiah Castillo and Colonel retired Joseph Monaco will present Human plus AI, Accelerating the Entrepreneur's Edge at 3 p.m. on the 19th. This presentation will take business owners through practical AI tools and its strategies. And on February the 20th, the final $10 event will kick off at 11:30 a.m. with Diane Dick's presentation, Leadership Development Series, Values Foundation Before Function. The experience encourages entrepreneurs to determine their personal values and mission as they take the next steps in their careers. The week does conclude at 3 p.m. with Vic LaQuara, who will present Before You Pitch, what VCs, venture capitalists, really hear and how to know you're ready. You'll hear all of this and more throughout the week at the Wedge, and you can see a full list of events at the Wedge's website, and you can register through there as well. You can see links at RiverBender.com/news.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit AltonElite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
So, I don't know about you guys. It's been a weird week. Weird 2 weeks. You know? Every time a pay period starts over, I'm like, man, I'm gonna be in here. You know, it's gonna be great. And then all of a sudden you get smoked with RSV and the baby is just sick. And, you know, all last week, the biggest thing was the focus on getting Estella right. And, you know, we did not to pat ourselves on the back, but I think did a great job. And then over the weekend, you know, and then up until yesterday, I was just, I feel so much better. I sound terrible. But now Jackie's got it. So it's just, you know, we're seeing and eating, feeling it at our house right now. But the point is, you know, even throughout it all, it was still such a productive couple of weeks. And I don't know if you guys ever go through that. You know, where you're like, God dang, where are we going to get back to it? You know? And then all of a sudden, it just happens. Just incredible. Really happy for us. Hey, wanted to fill you in out of Sydney Sinks. So, you know, it's Valentine's. And whether you're getting married soon or just looking for a fun day in Carrollton, the Walnut Hall Estate Wedding Market does have something for you. Now, they're giving people a heads up, and, you know, you might as well. It's the time of the year where Valentine's is on this weekend, and maybe you're getting the question popped to you. You know, get some ideas. Maybe you're getting married soon. From 12 to 3 on Saturday, Walnut Hall will host on Saturday, March the 28th, Walnut Hall, they're going to host their 4th annual free wedding market, complete with vendors, a bar, giveaways, and more fun. Organizers are still accepting vendors who do want to showcase their products and are eager to give couples tours of the wedding venue. But even if you aren't getting married at Walnut Hall or at all, it's still going to be a fun day. So far, the wedding market will include photographers, dessert vendors, hair and makeup experts, and other wedding professionals who can make your special day even more exciting. For a full list of vendors, you can visit the official Facebook page, or if you want to become a vendor yourself, you can reach out to Walnut Hall, and you can find out more. Really cool story here by Sydney. Couples can tour the estate property, which is known throughout the region as a prime wedding venue. Foster explained that couples rent the venue from Friday to Sunday, and they can access 2 houses that sleep 26 people. The reception hall holds 500 people and 12 acres of beautiful property. That's incredible. But even if you aren't getting married at Walnut Hall, Foster noted that the wedding market is a great opportunity to connect to local vendors and get a feel for opportunities around Carrollton and throughout the region. A lot of great spots. Additionally, their bar and a flower bar will be available too. And people, they're invited to tour again that property as the wedding market approaches. Foster hopes people will come across the region to connect with the vendors, tour that venue, and engage with the Walnut Hall mission to provide magical wedding experiences. She encourages vendors to inquire now about joining the market, and she looks forward to meeting couples and community members. For more information, you can visit the official Facebook page or email weddings@walnuthallestate.com. That kind of leads me to my next thing. You know, there's a lot of really cool events that are happening throughout the Riverbend and really out throughout the month of February, leading up into March. And really want to encourage you, while I have the chance, go on over here. You guys see it on your screen here to the featured events section, the calendar, and you can see all of the upcoming events, the ones that we feature here on RiverBender.com. If you want to promote yours, you can be right up here. And if not, you can still put your event on for free right here through our calendar. There's always things happening throughout the Riverbend, just like on Friday, the 13th. You also have a ton of Valentine's events on here too, and throughout the weekend. So make sure you sign up your free RiverBender.com account and check it out. You can see the latest. But like you see right here, you got Bricks for Water this weekend, that Valentine's celebration at Hainer on Friday, the pop-up event at Vera Lee. I was really looking forward to talking with them. Hopefully we get to do that in the next couple of months or so. But just events going on throughout the region. You see so many of them, so many different types of events, like the Meow Market from Old Bakery Beer Company, and, you know, the Sips and Strings from Alton Symphony Orchestra. We're going to learn about that next Monday. Plus the Daddy-Daughter Dance coming up, and so many more opportunities. You can see all of these events, and what I love about it, you just click on it, it gives you the details where you can get more information, you can learn more about organizations, you can sign in to be reminded with your RiverBender account. There's so much you can do with community events, and I highly encourage you to check it out, RiverBender.com/events. A quick break. We'll come back and wrap up this show after this.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death,
you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit altonelite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
Daily Show. Welcome back. Man, I still don't know where we did with that Chris Green interview. It was so good, we might have to just reschedule that and just redo it live if we can. And we got 3 more conversations coming up with the Associated Physicians Group. That's the big story of the day, as far as the show's concerned. You know, as far as news, this is kind of when I come on and give you the news brief and let you know just some of the latest that's happening. Not too much so far. The only really couple of bigger stories I can fill you in on out of Alton is that they did have their council meeting last night, of course, in Alton. Dalton Brown does a great job of reporting on them, and it's official. The Godfrey Timberwolves will have priority scheduling at Diamond 8 in the Gordon Moore Park for the next 5 years. At their February 11th meeting, Alton City Council members unanimously approved an agreement for the organization's use of Diamond 8 until 2031. The agreement grants the Godfrey Timberwolves priority scheduling at the baseball diamond, but does not guarantee that the group will be able to use the diamond on all requested dates. Park and Recreation Director Lindsay Younger will coordinate with the Timberwolves to ensure the space is shared fairly with local groups and teams. The Timberwolves have agreed to fund the installation and maintenance of a series of improvements at the site, including a new bullpen, batting cage, flagpole, and scoreboard. Head coach Nick Peachy said at Monday's committee meeting that these upgrades are part of a push to make the site a more attractive area for youth to practice and play baseball. Peachy added, the Timberwolves are committed to 160 practices and games out at the field this summer, so it's going to be a busy time out there. More details about the agreement and the Godfrey Timberwolves, they're available on related articles at RiverBender.com. Full recording on the February 11th Alton City Council meeting available at RiverBender.com/news. Here we go. The Three Rivers Project, we're starting to get the news in now. The Three Rivers Project of the Sierra Club, Illinois, they're calling on volunteers to support litter cleanup in celebration of President's Day. The litter cleanup will help rid the creek environment and walking paths of debris that harms habitats, threatens aquatic life, pollutes rivers, and endangers coastal environments. You can learn more, and you can register to volunteer all at the same time at a link that's available at RiverBender.com/news in that article. The cleanup is hosted by the Three Rivers Project of the Sierra Club of Illinois and will launch from the trailhead of the bike and pedestrian trail. It'll happen at 10 a.m. on Monday, February the 16th. It'll focus on removing litter and debris along the creek corridor behind the New Holiday Inn Express. The Metro East community is situated at the confluence of the Mississippi, Illinois, Missouri rivers, and the Three Rivers Project aims to preserve the integrity of the rivers, the wetlands, the forest, and floodplains in the region. Removing litter and debris from the region's natural areas and waterways is critical. This work ensures that debris doesn't get into our rivers, wreaking havoc on the environment and public health. Plus, It's a great way to discover the hidden gem. That's what Christine Favilla, the co-coordinator, had to say about the litter cleanup efforts. With that being said, some good news out of Edwardsville. Madison County Associate Judge Veronica Armodi received the Advocate Award for Excellence in Legal Advocacy. How cool is this? She received the Advocate Award for Excellence in Legal Advocacy at the inaugural Bar Association of Metropolitan St. Louis, Illinois Region Legal Leaders Awards held on January the 8th in O'Fallon. Beyond the courtroom, she is deeply engaged in the community and supports local and pro bono organizations. Serves on boards to share her legal expertise, mentors students, and pursues careers in law. She was the first Illinois judge to complete the Harvard Law School Judicial Executive Leadership Program and was part of the National Judicial College delegation to the Judicial Renaissance II Conference hosted by the Judicial Research and Training Institute of the Supreme Court of the Republic of South Korea. She also teaches disabilities in the courthouse, a required continuing legal education course for judges at the statewide education conference and at the new judge orientation. Judge Armodi was raised in downstate Illinois and credits her upbringing and early mentorship with shaping her lifelong commitment to public service. What a really cool write-up, and it just kind of brings in the point of there's so many individuals from all aspects of life, whether it's from here like this judge, the associate judge who has done remarkable work beyond the courthouse, politicians, community leaders, civic leaders, civil leaders, all of them, business owners, just everyday people like you and I. There's some really cool recognitions, and that's why I really appreciate these stories, because they really do help us gain a better insight on truly just the individuals that make up the Riverbend, and that's what I think makes it so special. Local entrepreneurs and project leaders in Alton, they had a chance to share more about their work in downtown just a couple of days ago on February the 10th. This happened at the Wedge Innovation Center for Alton Main Street's quarterly What's Up Downtown meeting. Business owners and stakeholders shared information about their organizations and projects. Scott Heathman, the CEO of the Wedge, shared information about Entrepreneurship Week, which is planned for next week. We just talked about that. Cousins Jeff Lewis and Roger Lewis shared information about Woodlake Entertainment, their production company that will begin filming the feature film Herbert West Reanimator in June. Roger explained that Jeff worked in Hollywood for over 30 years, and they're excited to bring filmmaking to the Riverbend community. They added that they will need locals to perform as extras, and they will likely include references to Alton in the script. Anna Beal took the stage to inform the audience that the Dolce Cafe about her new breakfast spot opening at 104 West 3rd Street in March. She explained that the cafe is back after that 2-year hiatus and better than ever, specializing in avocado toast, espresso drinks, and more with this. Salads, soups, sandwiches, and more. Sorry, we're getting text on the text line too. The purpose of that was to find the right space with character and space to grow. Beal said, she added that Brady Ray Lamb, a competitor of Netflix's show Is It Cake, will contribute cakes to the cafe as well. Wow, that's going to be really cool. Additionally, she emphasized the importance of supporting small businesses with plans to buy poultry from a Calhoun County farm. And then Jenna Gase, the new executive director of Oasis Women's Center, a domestic violence shelter in Alton, introduced herself to the community, shared a few stories of the people she's worked with through Oasis, and more regarding their great services. You can see a full write-up on the What's Up Downtown meeting at RiverBender.com /news. In Alton Main Street, they host these meetings quarterly, with the next one scheduled for May. More information available at downtownalton.com. That's downtownalton.com. Always really cool when things happen in the school, and the Alton Godfrey Rotary Club donated materials to local Alton elementary schools to encourage letter writing and literacy. This happened on Tuesday. Rotary Club members and the Alton Community Unit School District gathered at West Elementary to introduce students to letter writing. The students were encouraged to write a letter to their favorite person, with the goal to eventually expand this project so students write letters to veterans, domestic violence survivors, nursing home residents, and more. just reemphasizing to our students that the world is bigger than just ourselves and our needs is what principal of West Elementary, Terrell Key, had to say. We have a responsibility to be to the people around us, to uplift them, to make them feel better, to make them feel like they belong, to smile when no one else is smiling. We owe that to each other. That's how you have a greater society. Key and administrators Jody Magus and Renee Hart thanked the Alton Godfrey Rotary Club for their donation. And over the past several years, the Rotary Club supported the Alton School District through literacy programs and more. Ron Mayhew, a former teacher at West and a longtime member, recalled how the club previously gifted dictionaries to every student. As cell phones and computers have become popular, the need for dictionaries has decreased. But Mayhew noted that literacy is important as ever. Over the years, the Rotary Club has donated book vending machines and literacy games to Alton schools. They do so much. It's a really great group. This year's donation was the letter writing supplies, and this included envelopes, cardstocks, pens, markers, stickers, more, and there'll be another chance for students to develop their writing and reading skills. Student letters will be shared at Oasis Women's Center, Amy Ellick's Valentine's for Veterans Drive, local nursing homes. And through younger students at Alton High School and Gilson Brown Elementary School. Sorry, man. Guys, my phone is just dinging today with you guys texting me about this. It is a cool story, and it's great to see so many people that just step up. And, like Amy Ellick doing the Valentine's for Veterans Drive, and, the local nursing homes to have letters sent to them, and with older and younger students at Alton School District or Alton High School and Gilson Brown. I think it's a really cool component. The goal of the organization is just that. That's what Thompson and Mayhew added. They encourage anyone who is interested in joining the Alton Godfrey Rotary to visit their official website or attend a meeting. You can see more details, like I said, at RiverBender.com/news.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit altonelite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
Kind of the Thursday I needed. You know, we're going to redo that conversation with Dr. Green. It's like the long-lost episode of the show. We've never had that happen. Like I told you, we had those storage issues last night, and, you know, things happen. With that being said, we're out of time today. We had a good one, though. It was nice to just go back to what the show used to be, giving your daily dose of local, being all a part of it. Thanks for always hanging out with me, man. This show's grown so much, and you know, I don't need to talk about the success of it or anything like that, but just thanks for making me a part of your day. Thanks for making me a part of your community. Thanks for letting me talk positively about you guys. Until we talk again, try your best to stay out of jail.